Live. We are, let me see, I think we are live now.
We live, baby. We live.
Are we live? I can't tell that we're live. Can anybody hear us? See us?
What? All
You
right.
said
Yes,
yes?
we live. We live. We live. We live.
All right, we finally live. Sorry we're late, you guys. We had a couple of technical issues going on with this being one of our first, my first lives with the guests on. And have you been live on YouTube?
I ain't never been live, so this is gonna be my first live.
All right, so I
So let's
want
do
to
this thing.
start off with a quick introduction of you being on my channel. So I'm gonna give you a quick introduction. So this is Royal Walker. His name is Royal Walker. He has his own YouTube channel,
Yep.
and he is a fitness trainer. And on his YouTube channel, he's literally taking his viewers with him, all kind of different stuff. Starting off earlier, he had took them scuba diving, parasailing. He's
Reseller.
even been swimming with crocodiles. Is that crocodiles
Crocodiles.
or alligators? Um, has an amazing Sophie Stadium tour. It's doing amazing, like
Yeah.
10,000 views at this
Hey, shout
point, I
out to LA
believe.
Rams just winning that Super
And
Bowl too.
he's even taking his viewers to the grocery store.
I've, t- I've done a lot on my channel thus far. Like I for Profit said, I've been doing this YouTube thing seriously for about a year now. I've been doing all kind of videos. I run a online personal training business as well as face to face with training my clients. I've also I enjoy traveling with my spare time. I've been to El Salvador. I've been to Mexico. I'm trying to steal some more flags because every country I go to, I want to collect one of their flags and add it to my collection. I've been currently to 3 countries, only 2 of them that I put on my YouTube channel, but we're gonna keep doing this thing as far as building my platform on YouTube. So shout out to I for Profit for having me on. This is my first live that I ever did, and I'm looking to do more lives with you as well as more lives just in general. So I'm super excited for what we're gonna be having today. I'm not sure what kind of questions you're gonna be asking, but I'm gonna answer them to the best of my ability,
All
and
right,
we're gonna keep it
cool.
100 on this thing.
Cool. I'm right now trying to make sure that I could see the chat because right now from StreamYard side, I cannot see the chat. So I'm just making sure everything is all good real quick. Okay, so right now your channel is at around 450 subscribers, 127 videos, and you
You
got
said how
videos
many
that's
subscribers? You
done
got that
over,
number wrong.
huh?
How many subscribers you said?
Around nine. I said 950, right?
You said 450.
Oh, my bad, my bad. 950 subscribers, and you've got videos that have done 35,000 views.
Yeah.
You got a 23,000 view video, two 10,000 view videos, and a lot of other videos over 1,000 views, which for a channel with under 1,000 subscribers is major, and most channels under 1,000 subs don't see those kind of views. So I want to congratulate you on that, and I just want to say that so people could kind of know like a little bit about you, who you are, what you got going on, and that you know a thing or two. And
Yeah.
so with those two big heavy hitter videos, like did you ever expect those videos to take off the way they did? And then with them taking off like that, how is that, has that changed your perspective about YouTube at all, or how you plan videos or anything like
You
that?
you know what, man? When I first did those videos, I didn't think anything of it. And it's crazy to think that those videos even have, 30,000 plus views. And it's like you said, I have 2 videos with about 30,000 plus views. I would have never thought that those videos would take off.
Mm-hmm.
I just did those videos just to do them. And I completely forgot about YouTube at the time. And then I actually had somebody tell me, like, hey, your video got like 8,000, 7,000, 10,000 views on it. And I was like, what? Are you serious? And then I went and checked. And it was actually you that told me that. And then I checked and I was like, whoa, like what's going on? I would have never thought in a million years that that video would have gotten that many views. So like my best advice to anybody that's starting off with YouTube is like, just go for it. When you go for it, you're going to have some videos that are going to do 100 views. I got videos that have done 100 views. And like you said, I have videos that have done, thousands and thousands of views.
And so what were those videos about? And what made you make those videos?
Both of those videos were about firearms, with everything that was going on in with the pandemic and everything of that sort.
Yeah.
I felt compelled to protect myself as well as my loved ones within my own home. So I went and purchased a firearm, and I just did a video on unboxing the firearm and just everything that it came with. And I did 2 videos. I did them back to back. I did one video one weekend, then I did another video another weekend. And then, like I said, like 2, 3, 4 months down the line is when the video started to actually pick up. YouTube is crazy because it doesn't pick up like the week that you put the video up. Sometimes it takes a while. And those took like 3, 4 months before I actually started to see considerable growth.
Right. Okay, so one thing that I remember, because I've been subscribed to your channel for quite a while, right?
Yeah.
And so one thing that I remember is when you hit 100 subscribers, you were ecstatic, right?
Yeah.
And that was when was that? That was 2019, right? You got your first 100 subscribers.
Yep.
And what did you do? You did challenge, right?
I did challenges, yeah.
So I see you did. You said for every subscriber I'm gonna do something. So you had to do something 100 times. And since your channel at the time you was making a lot of fitness videos,
yeah,
you did 100 jumping jacks.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Did 100 burpees.
That was hard.
Then you did 100 squats.
That was easy.
Push-ups and 100 inchworms. Now that's a lot of work. All of that now.
And those are all back to back too. That was like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 days. So those were videos coming out one after another.
Okay, so with that being said, you coming up on 1,000 subs.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know what we gonna have to do for the 1,000 subs. I got to think about that.
Come on, man! You gotta do the exact same thing for 1,000 subs. 1,000 jumping jacks. 1,000 burpees, 1,000 squats.
Nah,
1,000 push-ups.
I'm not doing 1,000 burpees. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay. Let's negotiate.
We gonna negotiate on that one.
What is this? Five things, right? 1, 2, 3.
You know what? What I'm willing
How about
to do,
200 each.
What I'm willing to do, since you want to bring that up, we can do. We're gonna pick 10 different exercises, and we'll do 100 of those different exercises, and
100 of each. So you're gonna do 1,000 reps for 1,000 subs.
1,000 reps for 1,000 subs. We'll do that. I don't know how long that video going. I don't know how long that video is gonna be. I might have to do that video live. That might be a 5-hour video live.
No, we're gonna have to cut that up and edit it and show them how much you suffering trying to finish the workout.
And sweating like hell too.
You might be able to tag me in if I could come help you record it, but don't expect much out of me. Yo, what's going on, my dude? Derek's jumping in the chat. Fundamentals of hustling. Just changed his name, saying what's up. Appreciate you.
What's up, man?
Letting us know you in the chat. Yep.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna tag you in on them burpees. Is that all right? I'm gonna tag you in for the 100
Honestly,
burpees.
I don't even remember what a burpee is. You want to show me real quick?
No. Not right now. I can show you though. I will definitely show you. And you can do. I'll do one, and you do the other 99.
Oh man, no, I'm good. I'll probably do 10 or at least 10. We'll see. We got to get you to 1,000 subs first, but I'm pretty sure you'll be there probably in the next 30 days. So by April for sure.
Man, I'm trying to get there at least before I before I go on this Mexico trip, man. That will make the world for my Mexico trip coming up next month.
You might hit it while you're in Mexico. Okay. I think I know which Mexico trip you're talking about. Okay, one thing that I saw on your channel that was pretty interesting is you had a video where you was talking about you had did 40 days and 40 nights off social media.
Yeah.
What made you do that? And can you even do you think you could even do that now?
Um, that's a great question. One, I did do 40 days, 40 nights. That came at one point in time in my
Is
life
that
where I had go. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay. That came at one point in my time, at one time in my life where I had a lot going on. Like I was juggling business, I was juggling personal life, and I had a bunch of different things that was going on. And definitely, like at that time, I was like, you know, I just need a solid reset. Uh, so I did 40 days, 40 nights, like no Instagram, no Facebook, no nothing. It really did help me out a lot too to help me get back on the right track. But surprisingly, I would say the first 2 weeks is always the toughest, man. I would still pick up my phone and like look, and I deleted all of the apps off of my phone so I wouldn't be tempted because then you
Yeah.
just have to re-download them. So I deleted all the apps on my phone, and every time I would still pick up my phone and look to where Instagram or wherever Facebook was, and it was never there to help me remember that I was doing 40 days and 40 nights. But surprisingly, when I got back on my phone, it was almost like Instagram and Facebook, like I'm gonna say like they shadow banned my profile where I wasn't getting messages or the messages were like deleted and like all of my likes and comments that I would normally get, like my social media status and like activity level like plummeted to the ground during those 40 days. But
Interesting.
I
Were
would
you still at 24-hour fitness at that time?
I was
Or were
not.
you already
I was not. I was already doing my own thing at the time. I had already opened up my own business at the time.
and you had a pretty I would say kind of impressive or just crazy launch of your fitness business, right? You were how long were you working at 24-hour fitness?
Man, I was at 24-hour fitness for like 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
And if anybody out there that's looking to start a business or specifically like training, since I spent a lot of time with training, I would highly recommend you start at a big box gym, LA Fitness, 24-hour fitness, all of these big gyms, because then it just allows you to learn the business behind, training. The hardest thing with the training is the business side of it. It's not actually the training part. Once you get the customer, once you get the client, then it's all just about you, showing your personality and you doing what you do best, which is provide the service and help them get their results.
All right, all right, all right. I do, before I lose my train of thought, I wanted to say, like, can you tell us how you positioned yourself to leave a comfortable job? And I believe you were making good money there. So why would you even decide to do that? And I believe you planned for months and months and months. And
Yeah.
actually, in what I do reselling, there's always people asking about going full time. And I really don't feel like my example was the best example, but what you did was a lot more strategic and thought out. So I would like for you to speak on that.
Okay. Yeah, my whole journey as far as doing that, like I had a bunch of other trainers that were coming to 24 and working out. And then this was a time that social media was slowly starting to pick up more and more and more. So then you can reach out to these people and you can ask them like, hey, how do you do it? Et cetera, et cetera. And I had a bunch of people just tell me, one, you got to save up some money. At the time when I decided to leave, I had already had about, I'm gonna say like maybe $10,000 I had already saved up before I made that leap and made that commitment to open up my own business. One, and then two, it just got to the point for me where I was doing long hours. I was going to school at the time. I was in college, and I was training clients, and I pretty much had a full schedule. I was doing 6-7 hours a day of training with clients, and I just hated the fact that I would go to work I would be in a work as early as like 1 o'clock. I might have a 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock client, and then I smash out, 6, 7 different clients back to back, and then I'd be there till 9 p.m. And at some points, I would get there at 1, and my manager would get there after me. and he would leave before me. So then I was just like, this makes no sense that you get paid more than me. I start before you, I end after you, and you get to go home, and then and they just act like it was cool and fine and dandy. And I just didn't like that. I didn't like that factor. I didn't like that. I had club managers, like all the managers above me, again, they the same thing. And then when it came down to the budget, because at a big box gym like that, they want to see that you're making a certain amount of money every single month. And they all break them down into different categories. And in the category that we were in, which is fitness and training, they will always harp on us that you need to sell more. You need to sell more. And I'm like, I'm already cranking out 6-7 hours. Y'all know I'm going to school. Why are y'all asking me to do more and more and more hours? So then I was just like, you know what? It's just time to start thinking of other avenues or other ways to generate money for myself, which the next level would be opening up your own business. And even when it came down to the hourly pay, you know, they were paying me. I think when I left 24, I was getting paid like $25 an hour, like $27 an hour, something like that. And I was like, I might have been like 24, 25. So I was making pretty good money. I was bringing in like maybe 17 every 2 weeks. See, 17 per 2 weeks, every paycheck. And I was talking to him about it. And I hadn't gotten a pay raise in like a year, maybe 2 years. And I told him, I was like, I need to get a raise. I want a raise. And they were just like looking at me funny, like, no, we ain't giving you no raise. We're not giving you no raise. And the next raise up was to go to management. But to go to management, they
So
only
they
get,
like, you want my job.
yeah, basically they saying you want my job. And then I'm like, to go to management, they only gonna give you $1.50 raise.
Yeah.
Now, everybody in here, we're not mathematicians, but like if you do $1.50 raise and they do taxes on it, how much are they taking out of that $1.50? They taking 50 cents. So now you only giving me $1 raise. And I was just like, that's not gonna work for me. So
Yeah.
then the next option for me was open up my own business. And it's tough, man. It's not, running your own business is not easy. And it's not meant to be easy, but it comes with so many more options and so much more flexibility with responsibility when you do open up your own business.
Feel you. So, I mean, have you ever had any hard times where you like, maybe I should go back or?
No, I, I've had hard times. I can say that I've had hard times, but deciding to go back, no, never. The only thing that I miss about being in that atmosphere is like your coworkers that you used to have. You guys all are cool with each other when you guys are in the break room. We crack jokes, we have fun. People's birthdays, you know, you go out and you enjoy each other's birthdays together. But other than that, as far as like the entire dealing with the bureaucracy and dealing with the numbers, et cetera, no, I don't miss that. Don't
Okay,
miss that.
okay, okay. Um, I want to change the topic a little bit, right?
All right.
Um, are you a Kanye West fan?
I am a Kanye West fan. Yes.
So
I might
you
not
got
agree with
you dropped
everything
that
that he
two
says
hundred.
and does, but I do agree with some of the stuff he say.
You dropped that 200
Hell no, I wasn't dropping no 200 on no album.
for the STEM player, so gotta support that. So you
Nah.
haven't heard any of the new music. Has anybody listening heard any of the new music through any kind of plug or whatever? I really haven't had a chance to even look into it. Like, I think when Donda was gonna drop, I'm like checking every day, like, yo, did it drop? Like,
Did it
what the
drop?
heck? Did it drop? Did it drop? Did it drop? And
Man,
with
what?
this one, I've just been so busy lately that I hadn't even had time to harp on it. But
Yeah.
I'm starting to see, the internet follows me all over the place with Kanye West stories, Kim Kardashian stories, and I try not to click on them most of the time. But I did see that you was gonna need to buy that $200 stem player, and I was like, oh man, I
I'm
guess I
not.
ain't gonna hear that album.
You know what? Shout out to my man Nipsey Hussle. You know, rest in peace. He did $100 album. I didn't even buy the $100 album.
Yeah,
So,
but
and
his hundred
if we're
dollar
gonna rate,
album was different though, right? It came with something. It came with
yeah, but
something else. Am I
yeah, but
tripping or no?
I'm gonna tell you this though. If we're gonna rate Kanye West and Nipsey Hussle, I'm gonna put Nipsey over Kanye. And I didn't even spend $100 on Nipsey Hussle's record. So I'm definitely not spending $200 on Kanye West's album. Um, I believe that Kanye is a great artist. I think he is a great rapper, musician. Um, but he's just going through a lot of things right now, and he needs to figure it out himself.
Okay.
Everybody knows, bro. Everybody knows that any man that messes with a Kardashian ends up going down the toilet bowl. Sorry, I said it. All of them do. Eventually, they do.
I gotta show some love to the chat real quick. We got Thrift and Flip up in here saying what's up.
Woo!
I appreciate you up in here saying what's up. We got Tawana. This is good content, friend. I'm glued to the screen. Please stay glued to the screen.
That
Keep your
Kim's
eyes off.
SNL
Just don't.
monologue.
You said what?
That Americana Finds, just one meme showing the intro to one of the tracks on Kim's SNL monologue.
Hyping him up as a good husband and man. Wow. So wait, yeah, I didn't even see that. And you know what? I haven't seen Kim's SNL either. I saw some headlines about it. I don't know what's been going on with me lately. I've been missing everything. Did you
You
see
know
the
what, man? You're
SNL?
not missing anything, man. You're not missing
Well,
anything.
some stuff be worth watching. Some stuff be worth watching.
Yo, Kanye crazy. Kanye got another girl now that he's dating that
That looks
damn near
just like
looks
him, right? I keep
just
seeing that. I swear I be trying my hardest not to click on it. And it's not even because I don't want to hear about it. It's just because you never get what you clicked for. So I feel like I already know it's going to waste my time. If anything, I would try to go look on his Instagram or her Instagram.
Yeah,
If it's telling you like, oh, so and so just tweeted this or whatever, I'll try to go to the
yep.
source and find out for myself what's going on with that.
The thing I hate too, man, is they be tracking you. So it's like you click on that, and the next time I get on my phone, I got 10 articles about Kanye, and I'm like, I don't like Kanye that much. I don't like Kanye that much. And I'm like, nah. Honestly, man, sometimes I'll be looking and I'll be like, I'm not gonna click on that because I don't want to see a bunch more stuff about that. It interests me, but I just can't push it because I'm gonna get 5 different articles in the next week about it.
Now I want to jump back for a second because I really wanted to say something about when you brought up Nipsey Hussle, right?
Okay.
Versus Kanye. I'm a big fan of both. I really don't know how I became a big Kanye West fan. But I am, and for me it's even weird to say like I'm a Kanye West fan. I'm just weird about that word. But I really do enjoy his music and his story, I guess the story with the music more. But Nipsey Hussle was different for me. Somehow I had really connected with him and I guess related to a lot of his music. And it's weird because I'd be like, why did I relate to Nipsey Hussle music so much when he put out like he was really like a kind of like a gangster rapper, right? And I'm nothing. I mean, I grew up around it, so it's kind of like it's like you got like a gangster part of you, but you're not really like you're not really into that kind of stuff, but you just understand the culture. And growing up as a kid, it was kind of like you have to turn into like in LA. I don't know about everywhere else, but going to our schools, and that's reminding me of that story with your Boost mobile phone at one time, right? But like, yeah, in LA, you gotta kind of turn into a gangster sometimes, right? Because people test you,
we
right?
gonna bring that up. We're gonna bring
Yeah,
that
what
up.
happened? Tell everybody what happened with the Boost mobile phone back in
We
the
gotta
day.
bring that up, huh? I'm gonna piggyback just a little bit. You piggyback, so let me piggyback right quick. So I think for you, and I learned about Nipsey Hussle from you. To me, you've always been somebody that always legally found out how to make 50 cents and turn it into $1. And you started off with that in school, in grade school. And I'll never forget. That's something I'll never. If anybody asks me to tell me a story about I for Profit, I was like, you know what, I got one for you. This man used to make us get duffel bags, y'all. We used to get duffel bags, like a travel duffel bag, and we used to fill them with ice, right? And we used to get Capri Suns, the ones that kids drink, right? And we used to throw them in the Capri Sun bag, fill them with ice, and we used to take a
We
bus
used to freeze the
from.
Capri Sun, so we didn't put no ice in them.
We did put ice in them
We,
too, or maybe we
we
just froze them. Maybe
yeah,
we
we
just froze them.
froze
One
them
or the other.
overnight.
let me tell my story. Let me tell my story.
I'm
So
like, I
we
am not transporting no ice in a
so
duffel
we
bag.
put them in the freezer, and then we would wake up early in the morning. This would be like on a Saturday, Sunday, or whatever, and we would throw all of these Capri Suns in a duffel bag. We would buy like 5, 6 packets of Capri Suns each, put them in a duffel bag. We lived in LA, y'all, so we would take a bus. We would take your metro
Metro.
bus, and we would we'd be on this bus for like an hour and a half, go all the way down to the beach, sell these Capri Suns for 50 cents each, take that money, and then go all the way back home and wake up the next morning and do it all over again. And this man, I for Profit, was so good, y'all. He was so good. How good was he? I would sell maybe 30 of mine out of the 50. He would sell all of his in the blink of an eye and be like, "How many you got left?" I'm like, "I got like 16." All right, give them to me. He would sell all of mine again while I only had like 5 or 6 left to sell. That's how fast this man was hustling. So when you say, I don't know why I connected with Nipsey Hussle so much, I say that's why, because you hustle, man.
The hustle
And
part,
the
yeah.
hustle part, yo.
Like
And
that, yeah, that was what I really liked. Like the hustle music, it's kind of motivating and inspiring at the same time.
uh-huh.
And just a lot of the stuff that he dropped within the lyrics, like that, I guess you got to pick up on if you relate to it in a certain way. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. But going
About
back
that
to
chirp.
huh?
About that chirp.
About that chirp.
Do you remember which Boost Mobile phone that was?
That was the I-50, man. I
The
remember it like it was yesterday.
That was one of the hot ones, right? At a certain point, what
That
was
was
that,
that was
like
one of the hot ones, y'all. I was fresh off
2002
that
or
plane
something?
from South Carolina. I had my childhood in South Carolina, y'all. When I came out here, I had had
Accent.
I had a little accent when I would talk, and they would always make fun of me when I would talk like that. And I was like, "Mama, why they be making fun of me? Because you talk different, but it's gonna be all right, honey." But other than that, it was an after school. It was after school. Everybody was gone. More or less when you in elementary school, 4 o'clock, 4:30, everybody's gone. I don't know why I was up at the school, probably being bad, running after some fifth grader or sixth grader, something like that. I don't know. But probably my worst experience being in LA. I'm on the side of the school.
And it was like your first year back too,
It
huh?
was my first year, dude. This happened in like the first 2-3 months of me going to LA County Unified School District. You know what I mean? So we on the corner. We not on the corner. I'm on the side of the street by myself. I'm on the phone with my dad, and this car pulls up and it just stops. And I would never forget this. I'm on the phone with my dad, and I'm like, "Yo, Dad, this car just pulled up." And then he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but they stopped, so we all right." And I'm just talking to him on the phone, and then 2 kids get out and they just run up on me. You know what I mean? I just got my phone in my hand like this, and they just beating me up or whatever. I'll fall down to the ground. It's some Hispanic dudes across the street, and they just watching. They just looking at me. And then I just let the phone go, and they just grabbed the phone and dipped off. And then I was just so upset. I was so mad. And I ended up having to walk all the way home. Told my mom what happened. Nothing even happened that day. But crazy scenario ended up happening. I ended up coming up to the school like a week later, and I saw the boy that did it, and I snitched on him.
Didn't
And I
we
was
know
like,
that dude?
"No, I didn't." But
He was a
after
dark
that,
skinned short dude, right?
yeah. But
I
what was
know that dude.
Yeah, but you know what was crazy, man? This is like even after that incident happened, because I was the scrawny kid. I always been like super scrawny until now. After that incident happened, I kind of finally hit puberty, and then I ended up seeing him again, and I could just tell he was like, I was like, "Yeah, I see you," and he was like, "Yeah, I see you too," and I was like, but I could just tell he was like, "Damn, you got big," and I was like, "Yeah, I got big," and I'm like, "You pull some shit like that again, excuse my language, you pull something like that again, and we're gonna have a problem." Laugh out loud, like on the wood, yeah, Tawana, like on the wood. um, But yeah, man, that was probably my worst experience when I first got down here. Y'all making fun of me for talking like that when I was from the East Coast, and I got jumped like my first month, 2 months of going to LAUSD. Crazy, crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy to me that happened to you because I mean I had like one-on-one fights. I never got like jumped by somebody.
You
That
know
was
what? In hindsight, I was thankful for it because that caught me up to speed of how LA was. Like, you really got to be, especially kids, and because, like I said, we grew up in South Central. You really got to know like where you at, who around you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When you going out and about. So ever since then, I
plus
ain't
that
never
was
had no.
that era with like the white tees, the baggy
Yeah. Yep.
pants,
In my white tee. Yep.
yep, Air Force Ones.
Air
So
Force Ones.
you really could be like what a lot of like people would say like a square or whatever, but you literally still dress the same as the gangsters. Whereas now it's a obvious like difference where like how we dress from
Y-
like you know.
Man, they saying the gangsters nowadays they wearing skinny jeans. Man, it used to be,
Yeah, but they wearing them like halfway down their thighs with some designer underwear on.
I ain't never been a
Had like
sagger, bro. I ain't never been a sagger, man. Never. I never got a hold of that trend. I never wanted to be that guy.
it always was just a weird thing to me. Yeah, I never really caught on to it either, honestly. But what I
Nah.
wanted to ask you, aside from that, change the topic. Dogecoin.
Okay.
You still got Doge?
Yeah, I still got Doge. Shoot, and what is Doge at right now, man? I don't even
I don't
honestly,
look
man.
at it no more right now.
I don't even look at it no more. It hurts me to look at it. And you know what? I'm gonna blame Elon Musk too, because that dude, he got on there and he said 3 words, and that Dogecoin dropped by like 30%, man.
You talking about SNL?
Yes.
Man.
He got on there and said, it's a meme coin. And my stuff, it literally 30. I thought he was gonna get on there and say it's the best thing ever. And that thing
Yeah.
was gonna go from 75 cents to like $1.50. I
Yeah.
lost
I
a lot.
mean,
I lost a lot of money that day, that night.
honestly, I really feel like that was buy the rumor, sell the news like all day. And plus, I think like the people that's really been in the game just basically took advantage of all of the people that was just like jumping on the bandwagon and was like
Yep.
sell, like just selling a lot, like boom, we out of here. I heard
Yeah.
of some dude at like Apple or Google or something that had basically like just like really came up off of that and retired or something big time.
You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb and say this. I believe that cryptocurrencies are. I believe that they are now. I believe that if you get in now is the best time to get in. But you get in, and I'm literally telling people get in and hold, and you're gonna have to hold for a decade. And the reason that I say a decade is because is when we think of let's think of the internet. When you think of the internet, I remember dial up. You know what I mean? Dial up was like when I was 10. That was like 20 years ago. And think about where the internet is now, 20 years later. When you think about cryptocurrencies, they have been around. And I'm going to say we are still in their infancy. We still are in the beginning phase. But I believe that we are not going to reap the benefits of cryptocurrencies until what is it going to be 20 years from now? What's 20 years from now? 2040?
Yep.
2042 is when I believe that you're really going to see how much more we're going to be using cryptocurrencies. Now, when it comes to some of the cryptos too, I believe that one of the big countries that we need to be looking out for, one is El Salvador with what they're doing with Bitcoin. I think that's only the beginning. Some of these other countries, just like they deal with different what's the word, different currencies. You got the US dollar, you got the pound, you got the what other coins do we have? You got the Mexican peso, you got the Colombian peso. You can have all these different pesos. I believe that these other countries are going to do the exact same thing that El Salvador did. Maybe not with Bitcoin, but the other cryptocurrencies that they feel like are going to be profitable for their people. That's what I believe.
Yeah, so you said what 2042. I'm assuming we will all assume we're gonna be in the metaverse, right? Somehow.
And I see that, especially cryptocurrencies, being a direct form of currency in the metaverse too. And then two, with the metaverse, in my opinion, is only what, 1 or 2 years old. So still same thing. When we think about the internet 20 years ago, I was 10 and it'd be dial up. Everybody, if you in my 90s babies, y'all remember getting on the internet and then it was just like right,
Yeah,
in order for you to get on.
about
And
two,
now,
3 minutes.
like 2-3 minutes, it would do that, and then you would get on, and then you would be good. You'd be on the internet, and the
Yeah.
internet was super slow. Now think where we are. So think of that same concept, but think about that same concept 20 years ago, but think about where we are now. Think about that same concept where for the metaverse and for cryptocurrencies now, and then think about where it could be 20 years from now. That's the way I think about it. But right now, as far as cryptos, all I have is Dogecoin, and do I have anything else? I'm thinking about getting into Evergrow too. I was thinking about the
Man,
Evergrow coin.
everything is so cheap right now. I just wish that I had more money to put into it. Shout out
Yeah.
to Miss Taffy for jumping in. What's up?
Hey, shout out Miss Taffy.
What's up? Um, yo, is that Joe Rogan whole thing still going on right now?
I don't know what that was.
Really?
I
It was
didn't. I
a
didn't
whole
get on that
huge
one.
thing. It's a whole huge thing. But
Is that
before we talk
cancel
about
culture?
that, you did a little reselling, right? Before?
I did. Yeah, I did sneakers.
Why you laughing? Why you laughing?
Because I forgot. I completely forgot until you had brought it up, and I had to sit there and think about it for a second.
Did you make money or what?
Yeah, I made some money. I got like 2-3 pairs of shoes in my closet that I didn't even pay for. I got them for free, basically. I
Word?
had like got a pair of shoes and then sold them on eBay for twice what they were. This was back before they was even talking about like for people was opening businesses for these sneakers. But yeah, I got like a pair of J's for like 165, sold them on eBay for like 330 before I had even gotten the shoes. But like I bought them from Nike. Nike shipped them to me. I had actually sold them online before I had even got them,
That's
and then
crazy.
literally got them, kept them in the same box, just took the receipt out, and then shipped them off to the next person, and had my next pair coming in right after.
Why you stop doing that? Seemed like easy money.
You know what? I was more focused on training at the time, so I just did training, and that was just something that I did when I could get the shoes.
Okay. I didn't even know you did the online thing. I was thinking you was doing like camping out overnight to be first in line or whatever.
So exactly, I've done that too. Camping out online, camping out at the store, especially when they were doing that. Like now, I'm sorry, I'm not going to no store to pull no raffle, to sit outside for hours on end just to try to get a pair of shoes or to try to get the PS5. Like y'all crazy. I'm too old for that. I need to be able to walk in. I know people still doing that, Miss Taffy. I'm not doing that. I
Am
need
I
to just be
glitching?
able to walk. I need to just be able to walk straight up to the store and say, "Here's my cash. Here's my credit card. Here's my debit card, whatever." Because I need my points. Because I need my free miles. So let me get my shoes, because if I can't get my shoes that way, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not gonna get in no raffle to try to for the potential to give you my money.
Okay, I think I had this was one of the questions I really wanted to ask you, right? I don't know if you watched a lot of my videos, but I wanted you to kind of like try to throw some shade on my channel, right? I mean, because I mean, for if anything, I'll learn from it, and y'all could do so in the chat too if y'all want. Just throw some shade on my channel and tell me like one of the dumbest or laziest or anything like that. Just something where it was like, yo, that you probably I don't know you know anything like that.
Let me think. You want me to throw some one thing? Okay. Some shade I'm gonna throw you on. Why you don't like? I feel like the quality of videos that you could bring, you don't bring. Like as far
Elaborate
as like, huh?
elaborate for me.
Like your video right now looks good, right? Like when I look at you right now, it looks good. But I
Wow.
wish you would bring this kind of quality video to your regular videos.
Okay. Okay.
One
I
thing I
mean,
will say that I'm very proud of you of, and you've done a great job. Your thumbnails have gotten 10 times better. And your
okay.
thumbnail, some of your thumbnails, I'd be like, damn, how did he do that?
Well, right now I'm on the GoPro 9, right? So I
Yeah.
don't know if you referencing some like older videos, like
Maybe I'm referencing some older
'cause
videos,
I
but
literally like my first YouTube video, I literally was at work delivering packages, driving in a van, and I went to YouTube and I put upload a video, right? And
uh-huh,
then I pressed record. And then I literally recorded the video driving and talking about what I was trying to talk about
uh-huh.
and uploaded it. And that was like it. That was it. Front camera. And then I mean slowly over time, like
The
you
hardest
know
thing
what?
to do is press record, man.
Yeah, because at the time I started reselling and doing YouTube because I was listening to Gary Vee, and one of the things he was talking about was perfection was the enemy of speed, right? So I'm
Yeah,
thinking like, oh, just do it, just do it, just do it. Don't think too much about it. And that's why a lot of my videos was just like super low quality, not too much thought put into it, right?
yep,
And then I mean, you gotta kind of learn as you go. Like I would have never learned to edit. I would have never invested into stuff,
yep.
cameras and this and that.
Man, man, I would tell you out of all of the stuff that I've bought, as far as camera stuff, I probably use only 5% of it. I spent a lot of money on gear.
I mean, you just that type of person where you just like to buy gadgets and stuff. Hey, while we on that, Miss Taffy, I think I was just watching her video earlier and she had that what do you call it? The drone? The
Oh
drone?
yeah, the drone.
Yeah, that was tight. I don't know how she got a shot of herself driving from the drone. I don't know.
The
That's
the drone. The hey, let me go on and plug that in. The next one that I want, it actually does that. Like it'll track you and it'll fly with you as it tracks you.
and what's that cost? Like two, 3,000, 5,000,
Actually, that's only 1200.
1,200.
Only
Only
1200.
1,200.
Man, but you know what? It's
I used
like
to buy cars for less than
you
$1,200.
right about that. We did buy cars. Yeah, we did buy cars and flip them too. The one what have I bought? The ones that I bought the DJI Mavic Mini 2, which that one's only like $400, $500. I think that's a great I for private. You got to get that one. If you want to start off with one, get that one. Or better yet, we can work out a deal that when I buy the next one, I'll give you this one for a discounted price.
Right. We got Applebum Claire in the chat talking about only
I,
1,200. Y'all
I,
balling over there.
Yo, I'm sitting there waiting for that one.
We got a special guest in the building. Is that who I think it is?
Yeah, that is. That is.
Welcome, man. Thanks for joining us. That's your pops,
Hey,
right?
shout out to Anthony Walker Jr. And shout out to Angie too, Angie Resells,
Angie resells. Oh, and
Patricia
she
Phoenix.
hold on, I want to read this. Here's my criticism of your channel, Vincent. You need more content. Would love to see videos more often. Love when the kiddos are a part of it. I appreciate
Oh,
that. I appreciate that. And she's right. I got to a point where I like to overthink my content now
yeah.
and be like very well prepared for it. And honestly, my best performing video so far was a video that I just had a random idea like, let me make a video about this. And it was probably all put together and done with in less than 30 minutes and posted. And it didn't take off overnight or in a month or two, but over the course of a year, since it was so on point SEO wise, and I guess it just hit a spot in the community that somehow it was able to get uh I think like 4,500 views
Woo.
over a year, and it's
Man,
gotten me the most subs and everything. So I definitely think that's a good one right there. Is just to put out more content. But also, I am a little bit stingy with my YouTube time because I don't get paid for it.
Right.
Um,
We got to
and
get you
so,
monetized.
yeah, I'm always trying to put all my time into my reselling. That's where I honestly make money. And even though now, thanks to Amazon Associates, I was able to, I mean, not associates, affiliates.
Diversify them income streams, man.
Yeah, I made like $5 now off of YouTube. But
But you know,
within
it's
like
only the
a week
beginning, though.
or
It's only
less
the
than two
beginning
weeks.
because sometimes YouTube they will recommend videos that's 3, 4, 5 years old, which definitely isn't going to be happening on Instagram. So if you can get some videos, like if you keep doing this for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, think about you having I'm going to say 1,000 videos, all promoting your content for affiliate links for you to make money off of and make revenue. And then too, you can even start doing videos of where you start talking about the equipment that you use for your business. I haven't even done that. You haven't done that, not to my knowledge. But then that's a great way to start talking about top 5 things that resellers need in order to become to make their job a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean that just to having the Amazon affiliate thing going and seeing that people actually do click on the links and buy stuff and seeing like that I'm getting like a commission for it
Mm-hmm.
has probably made me think of like a lot more videos that I want to make. But it's all about, I feel like at this point I haven't had that much success just putting together videos randomly. So it has to be SEO friendly, and I have to see that the video is not overly saturated with competition.
Yeah.
And so, thank you for that, Angie Resells. I have been enjoying your videos lately. I really feel like you have like an extra element to it that I hadn't seen before. Just the way that you come off. I've been enjoying watching that and seeing your channel grow and you grow as a creator. I need to jump back up
They
here for a second. The chat kind of
they
went.
said they want to see you do more videos at the flea market, man.
Who said that?
That's what Dat Mix Nut said.
That mixed nut.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me. We got High Royal. I like the one where you told us another YouTube's info was bad.
And
Oh,
not
oh, they talking to me. They talking to me about the last one of the recent videos that I did about getting those shipping labels. I mean, yeah, honestly, his video was good, but he just missed the key part, which was like he even said in the video, like this is the part where everybody gets stuck at, but he didn't tell us like what to do about that. And I was just like kind of mad that I watched that video twice and he knew what the problem was and he didn't tell us how to fix it. He was like,
Oh, okay.
I don't want to show you guys or something like that. But he's showing us like everything else, basically
You
everything
you
else.
you know what? You've been asking all the questions. Let me ask some of the questions now. What is the hardest part about being a reseller?
Hold on, can we? Oh, that makes nut. That makes nut. What kind of mixed nut? Like,
Hey, you got cashews, you got
I mean,
almonds,
the
you
name
got
is just funny
pecans,
to me. I'm being immature, I guess, huh? We want to see more videos, bro. We want to see you selling at the flea market as well as possible. I'm gonna be honest. Right now I don't have any plans of selling at the flea market. Right now, I could put out some videos of me sourcing at the flea market, but the way my business has been going right now, my sales are have taken off as far as eBay is concerned. I figured out a couple of things that has made my sell through, like the number of items that I have going out, it's just like crazy. And so it just like for me to go to the flea market right now, it's a waste of time. I'm not gonna make enough money, and I can't sell like a t-shirt for $8 at the flea market. People want to pay $1 or
or
less, like,
yeah.
and then it's not enough traffic at the Rhodium. I do know there's some other flea markets, so if I do any flea market content, it's gonna be like this one lady I know does really good at like Silver Lake Flea, which is in
Mhm.
Silver Lake is like a higher income area in LA, so it has to be like something like that.
So you have to drive to these higher income areas in order to be able to make a little bit more profit.
Snakes?
Huh?
You see what your dad said? What about the snakes you guys wanted to sell?
Yeah, we I remember us talking about that, talking about like breeding snakes, but man, them things take, I think a snake take like 3, 4, 5 years in order to become old enough to be able to breed.
I'm cool on snakes right now. I was into them when I was younger, and I had that Burmese python that got too big, and was
Man,
I couldn't even
Slytherin
keep
did
it in
not
the
get too
cage,
big,
huh?
man.
Slytherin, yeah, I called him Slytherin from the Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Slytherin did not get too big.
He was, bro. I don't know if I ever told you. One day I woke up for school, and we had 2 stories place. I'm waking up in the morning to go upstairs. Why is the snake going upstairs? Like how? And then you go look at the cage and you can't even tell how he got out. And he was like as long as the whole flight of stairs. You can't tell he was that
No,
long.
he wasn't the whole flight of the stairs.
He
Man, that snake
was.
was 4 feet long.
No, he was like 8 feet or
No,
something. He was only probably like this thick, but he was really long.
he
And
was
then
not
that's
that
when I was like,
long.
I can't have a snake no more.
Come on, man. He was not that long.
He was long. He
He
was
was
real
not
long.
that long.
He was real long.
You next question. Next question.
Okay,
I
yeah.
got
What
for
was
you.
your? Oh, what's the hardest thing about reselling? That was your question, right?
That was my first
Um,
question. I feel like you kind of answered that already.
what did I say?
You were just saying like, or to me, I took it as like you going to the flea market, because when you go to the flea market, you don't know if you're going to make those sales because people tend to try to lowball you at the flea market.
Nah, that's something else. About reselling on eBay, the hardest thing about it is going from having a business where you like, okay, let me use this as an analogy. There's a mom and pop hamburger stand, right? Where it's
Mm-hmm.
just that one hamburger stand and they might have a few people there, to, McDonald's basically, where everything is a system and you could plug anybody into it and they can play a role in the system, and the business is profitable, right?
Uh huh.
So that's the hardest thing about it, is to create systems and take it from like being you're reselling, where it's basically like your job is being a reseller and you're working that job, to being basically like an entrepreneur, where you're kind of like steering the ship, like you're making sure the business is profitable. You might even be able to put in a manager. And then that question, kind of like the way I'm answering that question, is kind of like based on your scope of reselling, like, and what your goals are. But for me, that's my goal. Is That's always been my goal, was to have like a legit business, and not, how Robert Kiyosaki has that ESBI,
Yeah.
employee, self-employed,
Yeah.
investor, and
Yeah.
entrepreneur.
Yeah. Yeah.
So right now I see myself as like self-employed, which is basically like you own your job, you're controlling your job, but it's still a job and it's really nothing to glorify about it. That's not really, I mean, it's entrepreneur in a way, but there's like a higher level to being an entrepreneur. And so if that's like the scope that you have, or the goal that you have, that's the hardest part. Otherwise, I'm just gonna say, like, from the self-employed part, it's just sourcing and listing, and being disciplined. Like, it's a job. It's boring. It's not fun.
I
It's
feel like that's
boring.
probably the most
Sourcing
time
is fun.
consuming is like all of the listings that you do, because I've seen like you'll put some of your stuff on like in the Excel spreadsheet, and I'm like, I know that is not I know that takes a lot of time.
Yeah, just staying on top of doing that, like, being in that habit, like, all right, I did all the little things, like it's so many little things, like tracking your miles, tracking your expenses, knowing what your profit is, how much money you got going out, coming in, all that little stuff. It's a lot more than just finding something for cheaper than you could sell it for.
Next question, one more. I got one for you.
All right.
What surprise, as far as like being a reseller, what pieces of what items were you surprised that people actually pay a lot of money for?
Dang, that's a hard question. I don't have an immediate like answer. I guess if I would take myself back to when I first started, definitely like
Vintage stuff.
vintage stuff, and just random off the wall stuff. Have I sold something? I mean, like I know that people have sold books for thousands of dollars, like vintage books. I haven't personally, but there's a lot of little niche items. I know there's this one lamp that sells for thousands of dollars. It's like an old character. Kind of reminds me of Goofy, but it's a different character. I forgot what his name is. But Goofy from not Looney Tunes, Disney.
Disney. Okay.
Ace, Avery, something like that. Something like, yeah, Avery something. It's a dog. It's a dog looking character. But yeah, it's just a lot of even some sneakers. Like I can't like I like Yeezys, but it's a reason why I don't have none. I used to
No.
have a pair and then I sold it.
I, I'm not paying more than resale for some shoes, man.
It just depends. Like this
No,
laptop that I have right now, like I paid a lot for that,
no.
and I guess for everybody, like the reason why they drop money on something is different. But just something has to hit you in the right way, and you have to see the value in it.
I'm sorry. I'm not paying more than retail for a pair of shoes. That's just not happening for me.
You see, I see Angie says right here, I love the videos where you go and pick up stuff from your bot setup. Any type of sourcing videos do well. Yeah, and that video, like I put a lot of kind of thought and planning into that video, and so I was able to present it in a better way. And I guess that video, views wise, it didn't do like crazy, but as far as watch time, um, one of my best videos ever, like that people actually watched the video, and I got a good amount of subscribers from that video too.
With your success thus far on YouTube, do you feel like what
That's
have
true.
you
That
learned?
mixing up, my bad, Royal. That's
What
true. And that's when I do go to the flea market when eBay gets crazy slow. But I just don't see that happening right now for me. And I'm about to put out a video. I don't want to spoil it, but I am going to put out a video just to tell everybody a new system that I have in place that I feel like nothing's going to stay in my store for more than 6 months. Go ahead.
what?
Yeah. Like right now, my I got 1,500 items listed and like 1,100 sold.
Damn, that's a lot of
So
items.
it's
And
gonna. I feel like it's gonna pass. Like my number of sold items is gonna pass my number of listed items.
do you feel like that's because you now when you say 1,500, is that 1,500 that you have listed like in your Excel spreadsheet, or that's
No,
just
that's like everybody should know. Everybody, all the resellers know. That's how many items I have active available for people to purchase on eBay right now.
whoa, that's a lot of items.
It's not. Angie has probably more than double that.
Woo.
Yeah. I think, or she has almost double that. I think she said she got 2,800, twenty six
Whoa.
hundred, and she's full time too. She be working. So yeah, that's not that much, but the number of sold items, that's what you really want.
Is the number of sold items.
Yeah, you want to have a high amount of items. So
Man.
So yeah, I like yeah. She got 2,800 listings. I do
Ooh.
like the flea market. I like selling there. I like it being a getaway to get out of working from home and actually get in the public and interact with a lot of people. But from a financial standpoint, though, I've had like my best day ever at the flea market. I sold $800 worth of stuff, and that was only like one time. I had a lot of days where it was like $400, and then I had a lot of days where it was just like, why am I here?
Man, still 2,800, and like you said, 1,500 for you guys. That's a lot of items, man. I would feel like I would lose track of where stuff were
You see
unless
these boxes?
yeah.
You got to have systems. You get systems in play.
Okay.
You get systems in place where to help you know where everything is. Like I literally don't know where nothing is, but when it sells, I have a little custom SKU that tells me where it's at.
So
And
then
then we
you
still need to even improve this system now because the more that the store is growing, when I have stuff in huge boxes, like like having 50 items in one box, that's too much. Like that's too it takes me too long to pull the item. So I have to even fine tune it a little bit more than that. Like I want to take like 10, 15 seconds to pull an item. Shipping
okay.
starts taking too long. It starts
Yeah.
taking too long to ship your items.
And then when it takes too long for you to ship your items, then it's like you wasting time. You wasting money. Time is money.
You don't have that much energy left over to list the your listing goal for that day.
Yeah.
And then, you still want to have energy after eBay. So it has to be on point.
So when it
But
comes to when it comes to your listing goal, what's your listing goal per day?
for me personally, 25 and plus 10 from Patrice, so 35.
35 a day.
And that's 20 clothing items and then 5 non-clothing items.
So
Non-clothing items for me just takes way longer. Listing clothes, I can do it without even thinking and without any friction. Like I can list up to 50 clothing items in one day if I really like focus and just do it. Yeah.
hey
So
man,
nothing major.
you made a full-time job out of selling stuff.
Yeah, and I mean,
We could have did
unfortunately,
this.
at this point, it feels like a job, which is what I don't like.
Well, it's like we got to do something in order to make some money.
Yeah, that's true. But like every time you start something new, there's a lot of energy and excitement, and then once you get used to it, it kind of goes down and stuff. And then at that point, you just have to just
You got to
tap into
grind.
other things to keep you consistently doing your
Yeah.
stuff. And plus,
Y-
being full time, honestly, you don't have the option to take a day off when you're supposed to be working. Just like
Yeah.
everybody that has an actual job, I mean, you might can get away with calling off here and there, but you can't just keep doing that.
Yep. Yeah,
Yep.
you're right about that. You are right
Yep.
about that. The great thing about when you run your own business, though, is that you can call off whenever you want to call off.
No, you can't. Wait till your bills show up, and then you can you
well,
can tell them, "Oh, I called off,"
well,
but
I'm
it's
just
my
saying, as
own
far as a
business, so
mean
I don't gotta pay y'all.
as far as a mean for me, I make sure I probably got at least I might do like at least a month of vacation a year. So that other than that, I'm pretty good. I don't really take sick days either. I'm not a person that gets sick.
That's good. That's good. We've been on here for an hour already, so we should start to close up. I want to make sure I got everything. One thing I wanted to talk about, and this is something that we've both been through, and probably anybody else on here that has a YouTube channel, and that would be inspiring to anybody that has been thinking about starting a YouTube channel but hasn't yet. And this is my question: how do you feel, and do you even pay attention to it, or just like when you put, let's say, like your first video, right? I went and looked
Uh
at it. You had did like a whole thing, right, where you was
huh.
like doing all these camera angles and stuff. And I know you put a lot of time into editing that video. And then what does it have? It at this point, 3 years later, it has like 100 views, right?
Uh huh.
So back then, those first couple of months, you might have had like 20 views,
Uh huh.
or whatever. So let's talk about that. Like when you put out a video on YouTube, and I have something that I'm gonna say after you answer to bring more perspective to it. But let's talk about that. And in this story, I heard from a different YouTuber that's right now sitting around 50,000 subscribers. That was recently on eBay Addicts channel. So how does that, like, how do you persist to make 128 videos over 3 years, subs not taking off how you wanted to? Let's talk about that.
I'm not really getting your question. Are you saying, do I feel like the time I put in my videos are working, or how do I find the time, or why do I
No,
keep putting
no,
putting
like
on?
once you put your time into the video and you don't get good results, how do you process that and move forward without quitting or giving up? Because let's
Yeah.
say, even though we both took a long time to get to 1,000 subscribers, and which is still like not even nobody's goal. It's like, well, like it's a preliminary goal, right? But most people, let's be honest, everybody's gonna start a YouTube channel with a little bit of hobby in mind. Like, I enjoy making the videos, but also usually wanting to be able to make money off of it in the future.
So
And
basically, you
so,
saying like, what when with the results that I get, how do I keep going, whether the results are good or bad?
yes,
Okay.
not even when it's good, just when the results are bad. Like, have you had days where you just like, should I quit? Have you ever thought about
Y-
quitting?
y- y-
Because let's be honest, it's a lot of channels that never made it to 1,000 subs, and there's a lot that blow right past 1,000.
Yeah.
But there's also channels that slowly get there, and then over the course of their few years after that, their channels eventually be what they wanted it to be in the
y-
beginning.
Yeah.
But it just was like a long journey.
So I'm gonna say, for like, for me, as far as my journey with doing videos, I first started doing videos just because I just wanted to show people the cool stuff I did on Instagram. So I didn't even start with the desire to do videos for YouTube. When I actually started doing YouTube, I had already been doing videos on Instagram probably for 2 or 3 years in short what would be
Short
the word,
form.
short form, yeah, short form videos, where when Instagram would only allow you to post a video that was like 10 or 15 seconds. So and my inspiration for doing that was because, again, I just wanted to showcase what I did. Like, I went to Hawaii, I want to do a video of Hawaii. I went to San Francisco, I wanted to do a video of San Francisco. And then it became an enjoyment to do those videos, because then a year from now you just scrolling through your phone and then you're like, oh shoot, I remember when I went there. And then you just watch the video again, and then it brings that happiness all the way back to you again. So me doing the videos, it was a me thing at first. It was a remembrance thing at first. And they say, like, a picture says 1,000 words, where a video probably says like a million. And
That's true.
when I eventually got to YouTube, again, it's just like, it's cool to go to these different places, because it forces me to do things that are outside of my comfort zone, which then, because then I want to show people and I want to look cool, but then you do it and then you're just like, yo, that was awesome. I'm so glad I did that. Like, I have the video of me snorkeling with a crocodile. This is a legit crocodile, like a wild crocodile. I would have
Yeah,
probably
you
never done
wild for that.
that. This was a legit crocodile, and we did it, and I was just like,
What were y'all thinking? Like, first of all, was there any kind of disclaimer? Did y'all get like advice, like, okay, if the crocodile try to
no,
eat you, this is what you're gonna do?
no, man, no. We that whole time we were swimming through, it's almost like a swamp. It's clear as day to see through the water. Like I said, I was just going for the excitement, for the experience. And from watching other people do it on YouTube as well, and searching online and just looking for that next adventure, that next experience that you'll get somewhere else. And right now, I'm all about experiences. Like, I have a car, I have food in my refrigerator, I have everything I need. I got shoes on my feet. They might not be brand new, but they fine. I don't want more possessions. Now I want experiences. I want to be able to experience different things. And going to Mexico and swimming with a crocodile sounds crazy, and it sounds insane, but it was an experience that I will never forget. And people are always going to react like how you did when you say, "Yeah, I went swimming with a crocodile."
Would you
Um,
go skydiving?
I
No.
decided, I decided a while ago that I had two choices to make. It was either one, skydive, or two, scuba dive. And I chose to do the scuba diving route versus the skydiving route, because I felt like with scuba diving, I could do it in a lot more places than I
Mhm.
could do in skydive. And I'm gonna be honest too. That kind of has a little bit of I got a little bit of fear of heights, a
Okay.
little bit.
Plus, you a bigger, like heavier dude, so it'll cost you more.
I ain't that big. You just little.
Nah, you are
No,
big.
I'm
What
messing
you
with you.
talking
I'm
about?
messing with you. I'm messing with you.
You huge, dude.
But I would say like doing like, and even your journey too, it's cool to be able to go back and look at your videos that you did a year ago. You know what I mean? And who you were a year ago might not be who you are today, but you make those mistakes and then you grow from them and you become a better person. So looking at those videos from years ago always bring a smile to my face, even if it's a horrible video. And when I look at those videos I did a year ago, that year I was like, yo, this video is so dope. It's so cool. A year in the future, and I look back, I'm like, that video was so horrible. Like even like my two
Yeah, I
greatest
got a lot of
videos,
videos like
the
that.
one the ones that you
I
said, the
even
ones
made some of them private.
sometimes I put them on and then I delete them too because I'm like, I got to redo this one. But even the videos that I have a lot of views on for purchasing the firearms, I feel like I could do those videos 10 times better now. But if I didn't get over that fear of just uploading it and getting it over with, I would have never gotten those 30K views on that video from over a year ago. So
Yeah,
just upload, man. Upload. It's not going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. You're always going to be able to do a better video a year from now. But it's just you gotta upload. You gotta upload. The hardest thing is hitting that record button. Whether it's like you with your family or you sitting there doing a talking head video, just talking to the camera, you just gotta do what you gotta do.
right. But what I wanted to say, I mean, one thing that recently inspired me was I was watching a interview from eBay Addict's channel because I was about to go on his channel. So I'm like, I kind of want to know a little bit more about the dude, right? So he had interviewed this YouTuber named JT Hustles, and JT Hustles has said that his channel took forever to hit 1,000 subs. And I'm like, yeah, that's me too. I mean, I feel like it took forever to hit 1,000 subs, right? I quit like 2 or 3 times. I didn't quit, but I just ended up taking a period of not posting, right?
You talking about
And
for yourself?
yeah, like where you
Okay.
just went like 2 or 3 months without posting no videos. You didn't plan on it. It just happened, right?
Uh huh.
And then it's kind of like you get comfortable not posting videos. And then the thing that brought me back was my videos that had caught the algorithm. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, people are still watching these videos and commenting on them and
Yep.
subscribing to my channel. And
Yep.
then it's kind of like even when you like at maybe 700 or 800 subs, you like, yo, if I don't post any more videos, my channel will hit 1,000 subs without me
Yep.
even posting more videos because people still keep needing, like, people still keep having this problem and finding my video to help them out with that.
Yep.
And so, back to the story of JT Hustles, he took forever to get 1,000 subs. Then he said he almost took forever too to get 2,000 subs. And then he said he got to 3,000 a little bit faster. And then I went and looked at his channel. He said all of a sudden, after he got to 3,000 subs, one of his videos just took off for some reason. And then he went from 3,000 to 10,000 subs in a month. So he didn't even remember ever hitting 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And then so I went to his channel to look for this video, right?
Uh huh.
And it was literally like the third video that he ever posted that basically, I think it had
Just took
a
off.
couple 100,000 views at this point. But it was like that video was just sitting there and his channel wasn't growing. And that video had been done and over with, but that was a video that had just randomly took off. And so I'm like, that's crazy that, like,
YouTube is weird, man, because like you said, like your video, you just gotta post and just get them out there, and you never know when that video is gonna take off.
yeah,
I'll look at some videos and I'm like, why isn't this video performing? And I'll look at some other videos and I'm like, why is this video performing? And I'll
I
give you
think,
just a recent one. I did that SoFi Stadium tour video, and I purposely planned that one too. That one was planned. I was like, yo, they just opened the SoFi Stadium. I need to do this video. I'm in LA. They're gonna be doing the Super Bowl here. I need to do this video and I need to get it up. And I did it. And I'm gonna say about 3 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl day, that video turned into my most watched video within a 48-hour period from 3 weeks out all the way up until maybe 2 or 3 days after the Super Bowl was over.
Right. And that's what you just said. That's what happens. Like these little like trends happen, or like your video would just all of a sudden catch a wave that came out of nowhere,
Yep.
and that video happened to be a part of that wave. So I had
Yep.
did a video about sourcing sneakers at the Rhodium, right? And then it was like a
You be getting
slogan.
some nice sneakers too.
Huh?
You be getting some cool sneakers too.
Yeah. I like that's one of my best categories that I like. But anyways, the video was like a normal video. Then I realized all of a sudden it was getting more views, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, okay, that's cool. It's getting more views. Then finally I'm like looking at the analytics, and it's showing me the video that's suggesting my video, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's a video. It's a different video that's playing. And then when it goes off, it's pushing people to watch my video, and it's on the same topic.
Yep.
But this dude, it was like some big YouTuber in Spanish. He does all his videos in Spanish. He went to the Rhodium and just basically brought a lot of attention to the Rhodium. And then since my video was also about that, they played that video afterwards.
You
And
got
then
it.
I ended up getting like a lot of views and subs off of that video too.
You had got a big influx just off of somebody else doing a video. And then that's the cool thing that I think is with YouTube is that they will recommend videos that are 2, 3, and 4 and 5 years old. So as long as you just keep posting content, you will still get
Right.
views from a video from 5 years ago. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't get likes or comments on things that I posted on Instagram or Facebook. I'm gonna say a month or 2 months after I uploaded or posted. That's not gonna happen. So with YouTube, there's definitely a long-term game in this. And I think a lot of people got to really understand that YouTube is a business. And YouTube is going to be looking for probably one of 3 things for all of your videos because it's a business and YouTube wants to make money. One, YouTube is looking for how long can I as the what is the word I'm looking for? As the
Creator.
creator, how long can I as the creator keep this person on this video? The longer I keep them on the video, the longer they stay on the platform. The longer they stay on the platform, the more opportunities I have to generate revenue for YouTube. One, two, the other thing that they're going to be looking at is after they watch that video, do they stay on the platform and watch another video? Because again, you're going to be increasing viewership from one video to the next video because now this person is now going to be loyal to my channel or I for Profits channel. And I also think the third thing that YouTube is going to be looking for is just bringing in external traffic. So when you have an Instagram, when you have a Facebook, if you have an email list, if you are bringing people from other platforms to YouTube to watch your videos, I think that's also big because then that's you bringing people that weren't originally thinking about YouTube to the YouTube platform, which is literally taking money and putting it in YouTube's pocket. So those are the 3 things that I try to focus on when I am doing these videos, making sure that you're being energetic. Thumbnails, like I said, I think you've been doing a great job, I for Profit, with your thumbnails as of recently. And then 2, being consistent, because obviously consistency with anything is going to be great too. But just like a regular TV show, people want to be able to come back and watch your videos, week after week after week. Nobody's going to watch nobody's going to watch the NFL or the NBA if they want to do 2 games back to back and then you don't see them for a month or a month and a half.
All right. Well, at this point, we've been on almost an hour and a half, so I want to go ahead and get off. We probably could talk all night.
We
I
so
really
good.
appreciate every single last person that's came into the video, that stuck with the video, and dropped something in the chat for us.
Shout out
I
Angie
really appreciate
Resale,
y'all. Yep.
Miss Taffy,
Angie, Miss
Patricia
Safi.
Phoenix, That
Yep.
Makes Nut,
Tawana. That
Tawana,
makes nut.
Applebum, Claire, Anthony
Anthony
Walker. Shout out
Walker.
to you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, definitely. Because otherwise, we literally would have had this conversation with just the two of us.
Which would have been fine. I definitely got to say we got to do this again. This was fun.
Well, maybe we'll do it on your channel with some
Of
additional
course.
guests.
Of
Let's
course.
let's invite maybe Angie, maybe Miss Taffy, anybody
Yep.
in the chat that makes nut. So I just want to laugh every time I say that makes nut.
Make sure you hit the thumbs up. She got it right.
Yes, please do so.
Hey, you definitely got to reach out to Angie Resells and try to get her on the channel. You
All
definitely got to do
right.
that.
I would assume that she would be willing to do so. And you go subscribe to her channel. She'll have a live show, I believe, on Wednesday around 5 o'clock.
Oh, she already doing lives.
Yeah, she does weekly lives, I believe.
Excuse the name, I'm a half breed. Hey, I'm sorry, that mixed nut. What two nuts are you? Let me get, what's your favorite two nuts? Cashews, almonds, peanuts. What else we got? Pistachios. What other nuts there are? Come on, let me help me think. Macadamia
Did you say
nuts.
peanuts? Now
Huh?
I'm thinking he mean like like genetically
Yeah,
genetic like
I know he meant genetically, but I'm just saying maybe he had some favorite nuts that he liked too. I like almonds and pistachios. Almonds and pistachios.
yeah. I mean it's gonna sound weird, but I'm gonna just say it how I was gonna say it. I eat all kind of nuts. I don't care, man. I like nuts.
Walnuts. There we go. See, Angie, I forgot walnuts, Angie.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm about to figure out how to end the broadcast, and we'll try to do another show soon.
Yeah,
How
we're
about
gonna
that?
have to do one on my channel for sure.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Hey, peace out. Roasted, honey roasted
Honey
cashews.
roasted cashews. Those are delicious.
All right.